Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365 _FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365 _FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Good morning and welcome to yet another interesting edition of Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM, your number one online radio in Southwest Nigeria. It's a new day, and today is Tuesday, the second day, working day, as far as the week is concerned. Okay, please do well to follow us on all our social media handle. On Facebook, we are live presently at Power 365 FM, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, and also on TikTok for the TikTok lovers at Power 365 Online Radio. I have interesting stories for you this morning that we'll be turning together on Newspaper Review. Okay, BDS operators delay compliance with CBN recapitalization order. Petrodollar raises stake in FBN Holdings by 4.63%. Why insecurity persists in Nigeria? That's coming from Tinubu. President, Northern politicians visit Buhari, plot to unseat Tinubu in 2027. Shehu Seni. PDP tax Kwara Electoral Commission on credible elections. Jumping from one party to another will diminish Obi's gains, APGA Pioneer Chair. 1 year after, 10th National Assembly still playing rubber stamp to executive. And on the business stories I have for you this morning, Dangote refinery operators seek federal government intervention as marketers opt for fuel import. Crude price hike, Dangote alleges IOC's frustrating refinery. Petrodollar buys additional 2.22% shares as stakes in FBN Holdings. Federal government spent $15 billion on debt servicing in 5 years. That's Central Bank of Nigeria report. Terminal operators recycles discarded tires into flip-flops. EU plans $150 billion transport investment to boost intra-African trade. A lot of stories on my table this morning. As far as cash headlines are here on Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM. Please once again do well to watch us live and listen to us on Power 365 FM. We can reach us on our website www.power365fm.com, and also on Facebook at Power 365 FM, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, for the TikTok lovers at Power 365 Online Radio. I'll be right back for the Newspaper Review in details.
Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your #1 online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. The program that is still live presently, it is Newspaper Review on Power 365 FM. Do well to follow us on all our social media and on Facebook at Power 365 FM, on YouTube at Power 365 FM, on TikTok at Power 365 Online Radio, and you can reach us on our website www.power365fm.com. On this note, let me start the newspaper review this morning with this, coming from President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, said why insecurity persists in Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has described the lingering insecurity bedveiling Nigeria, particularly the northwest region of the country, as inherited security compromises. The president added that the banditry and insurgency facing the country is a likelihood of historical injustice meted out to the adverse victim of conflicts. Reflecting on his inaugural speech 1 year ago, Tinubu noted that we promised to make Nigerians safer, and this aim has been our topmost priority since we came to office. Tinubu said on Monday at a 2-day security and peace summit organized by the Northwest Governance Forum in collaboration with the United Nations Development Program in Katsina State. Shatima, who presented Tinubu at the program and read the president's address, said beyond the economic rationale that drove the amalgamation of the northern and southern parts of Nigeria, the formation of our great nation was inspired by the need for mutual protection. But I ask, how can we achieve this sacred objective if one part is afflicted? We have long established that whatever ails any part of this federation destabilizes the other. So the issue of national security in the Northwest is not a sectional agenda. The road to dimming the security compromises we inherited was mapped out before we embark on this journey. We realized that achieving the peace we seek necessitates addressing the historical injustices that have torn communities apart. We must also reverse the institutional fraternities, governing security and the economic dysfunctions that create vulnerabilities to crime. We must also counter the ideological mischief that has pervaded the discourse of peace and security in the region. The solution we seek is a region where every trade is safe, where every group is at peace, and where the policing and military presence of the state is optimal. As leaders, we must adopt a multifaceted approach that includes robust intelligence gathering, community policing, and deploying advanced security technologies. Furthermore, we must enhance the capacity of the national security forces through continuous improvement and adequate resources. The UNDP representative in Nigeria, Alse Gweyakwe Atafwe, in her address, also said the Security and Peace Summit initiative was a vital step towards promoting development and deepening the foundation of peace in the northern region of Nigeria. If Nigeria must retain the position of a giant of Africa, we must pay attention to the Northwest, she added. You can take a copy of the Punch newspaper this morning and read further news details regarding why insecurity persists in Nigeria, coming from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Away from that, northern politicians visit to Buhari plot to unseat Tinubu in 2027. That's coming from Shehu Sani, a former senator representing Kaduna Central Senatorial District in the 8th National Assembly. Shehu Sani has said the recent visit by some prominent northern politicians to ex-President Muhammad Buhari in Daura Katsina State, where all plots to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. The report actually reported that the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, who is also the People's Democratic Party candidate in the 2023 presidential election, as well as the former president's state governor, Nasir El-Rufai, among others, recently paid a solemn homage to the former president in his hometown, Daura. Buhari handed over power to Tinubu, the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, who earned 8 million rather, beg your pardon, 8,794,726 votes to defeat Abubakar, who secured 6,984,000 votes, 520 votes on May 29. I take that again. Who secured 6,984,520 votes on May 29, 2023. According to Sani, who also is an activist, the prominent Northerners want to resurrect the Buhari political charms and fanatism and mobilize the gullible to another hollow and bewildering hand. A project the former lawmaker in a post of his verified Facebook handle on Monday noted would eventually fail. Sani therefore urged Northerners to reject the phases and their plot to unseat the president come 2027, while noting that they had nothing to offer. The Dara homage of the disgruntled and the obsessed will fail. Our people in the north should reject these phases and their plot. They have nothing to offer. From the abandoned Barrow Port at Jalkuta, Lake Chad Basin, refilling and Mambila hydropower, they failed. They came to power when the north was in the hands of terrorists and left it in the joint hands of terrorists and bandits. The northern Talakawa should reject their antics. You can pick a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on that as northern politicians visit to Buhari plots to unseat Tinubu in 2027. That's coming from Show Sunny. Okay, I saw these PDP tax Kwara Electoral Commission on credible elections. The People Democratic Party has charged the Kwara State Independent Electoral Commission to maintain a level playing ground for all political parties that will participate in the forthcoming local government election in the 16 local government council in the state. The PDP made the appeal in a statement signed by its publicity secretary Olusegun Adawara, made available to Punch in Ilorin, Kwara State capital, on Sunday. The party, which said that its chairman Babatunde Mohammed and secretary Abdurrahman Kayode represented it at a meeting organized by Kwasek, represented by Kwasek among the political parties on Friday, expressed concern over suspected unholy alliance between the electoral body and the All Progressive Congress, which is the ruling party in the state. It said the PDP is pleased to declare that our party is fully prepared for the upcoming elections. Consequently, we have not requested any adjustments to the election timetable previously released by Kwasek. Our commitment to a transparent and timely electoral process remains steadfast, and we are confident in our readiness to participate under the current schedule. During the meeting, Babatunde Mohammed expressed the party reservations about Kwasek and the Kwara government's decision to conduct local government elections after nearly 6 years in power. It is concerning that the local government administration has been crippled by the imposition of the Transition Implementation Committee chairman. We were illegally appointed by the governor in 2019 to oversee a local government. As a chairman of APC, I have a right to express my view on matters of public interest. What we are working towards is maintenance of peace in the state and how we can guide against thuggery against the elections. But what I suspect is that some of the opposition parties are planning to frustrate the election, that have even planned to go to court to stop the election. The PDP chairman was asking unnecessary questions to waste time at the meeting of political parties called by Kwasek last Friday. He didn't want the commission to make headway that was the reason I had to take time to explain to all those at the meeting. He said you can pick a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further details on PDP task Kwara Electoral Commission on credible elections. Okay, to take us further, let's quickly go on a short break. So while we're back from this short break, newspaper review on Power 365 FM continues. Don't touch it out. I'll be right back.
Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM. Don't turn off your radio. You are listening to Power FM. This is 365 Power FM.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio.
Welcome back. The program that is still live presently. This newspaper review on Power 365 FM, your number one online radio. Like I said earlier on, please do well to follow us on all our social media and on Facebook at Power 365 FM, on YouTube at Power 365 FM. And likewise on TikTok at Power 365 Online Radio. To take us further on newspaper review this morning, Dangote Refinery operators seek federal government intervention as marketers opt for fuel import. Operator in the downstream oil sector on Monday called on the federal government to intervene by ensuring the provision of crude oil to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery, as marketers now prefer to buy cheaper imported refined petroleum products rather than patronizing Dangote Refinery. They also slammed the international oil companies operating in Nigeria for selling crude oil to Dangote Refinery above the global market price, describing these as anti-country practices. This came as the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria explained that the reason marketers were shunning the diesel and aviation fuel produced by the Dangote Refinery was that the products were higher in cost. The national president, Ipman Abubakar Maigandi, stated these while reacting to claims by the Dangote Refinery that it had sold about 3.5 billion liters of refined product to Europe and other countries because some marketers were importing dirty fuels into Nigeria. According to Maigandi, the refusal of the president of the Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, to collaborate with Ipman is another factor affecting the $20 billion refinery. The Punch reported on Monday that the Vice President of Oil and Gas at Dangote Industries Limited, Davakuma Edwin, has accused international oil companies in Nigeria of plans to frustrate the survival of the new Dangote refinery. Edwin said the federal government issued 25 licenses for the construction of refineries in Nigeria, but only the Dangote Group delivered on its promise. He, however, noted that more than 3.5 billion liters of Dangote diesel and aviation fuel has been exported to Europe by the refinery in the past few months, being 90% of its output. But the Ipman leader, while speaking with one of our correspondents on Monday, blamed Dangote for the importation of diesel by operators, saying his Dangote diesel is more expensive. Maigandi disclosed that Dangote did not heed the advice of marketers that the current price of diesel and aviation fuel be reduced to beat competitors in the market. Meanwhile, the Ipman president stated that the Dangote refused to sign a deal with the independent petroleum marketers for the distribution of its product, despite efforts to enter into a business agreement with him. Maigandi said Dangote had on the multinationals whom he said were sabotaging his efforts. Again, we gave him a policy that he should involve independent petroleum marketers in direct purchase from him. Up to now, he didn't do that. when contacted on Monday and asked to state what the government was doing to provide crude to Dangote Refinery, the spokesman of the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Alayande promised to revert with response from the designated department, although she had yet to respond up to when his report was filed. Shinola pointed out that the issue has been recurring and efforts were being made to address it by NUPRC. Recently, while responding to the demand for crude oil by domestic refiners, NUPRC Chief Executive Officer Gbenga Komolafe promised to ensure that crude oil was supplied to the operators. He stated that in compliance with the provision of Section 109, Subsection 2 of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021, the NUPRC, in a landmark move, had developed a template guiding the activities for domestic crude oil supply obligation. The Commission, in conjunction with relevant stakeholders from NNPC, Upstream Investment Management Services, representative of crude oil Kondo State Producer, Crude Oil Refinery Owners Association of Nigeria, and Dangote Petroleum Refinery came up with the template for the buy-in of oil. This is in a bid to foster a seamless implementation of the DCSO and ensure consistent supply of crude oil to domestic refineries. Komalafe has stated. You can pick a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further news stories on that as Dangote Refinery operators seek federal government intervention as marketers opt for fuel imports. Okay, let me pick this. Otedola raises stake in federal government in FBN Holdings by 4.63%. The chairman of FBN Holdings, Femi Otedola, has acquired 4.63% of the banking group's shares in two trading sections to emerge as a majority stakeholder of the group. In a notice filed on the Nigerian Exchange Limited about directors dealing on Monday, the billionaire businessman bought 2.22% stake of the business, which was 797,946,415 units of shares at 21.58 per unit to bring the transaction to 17.22 billion naira. Earlier on Thursday, Otedola had bought a total of 863,180,810 units of shares worth 18.95 billion naira. Otedola acquired 316,506,776 units of FBN Holdings shares directly by 21.91 per unit and indirectly through a company related to him, Cavados Global Services Limited. Otedola bought 546,674,034 units at 21.97 naira each. According to the recently released audited results of the bank, Otedola had 40,033,982 at 0.11% directly and 1,089,342,376 units, 5.57% as of December 2023, lower than the 3,110,400,609 units, 8.6% percent rather, directly held by Bakken Capital Limited, a company related to businessman and former chairman of the bank, Oba Otudeko. Before he emerged as the chairman of the board in January, Otedola was appointed as a non-executive director of the company in July 2023. His appointment was approved by the CBN and subsequently the shareholders at the annual general meeting held on August 15, 2023. Meanwhile, in the first quarter of 2024, FBN Holdings grew its gross earning by 181.43% to 1.60 trillion naira. FBN Holdings also improved its financial ratios, with interest income contributing 60% of the total earnings, while non-interest income grew by 153.67% on 101.70 billion naira. The old coals profits before tax also increased by 25.15% to 350.59 billion naira in 2024. You can pick a copy of the Punch newspaper and read further as Stellar raises stake in FBN Holdings, in FBN Holdings by 4.63%. Oh, my time is up. Okay, before I leave the studio, let me quickly run through the headlines once again. Why insecurity persists in Nigeria? That's coming from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Northern politicians visit to Buhari plot to unseat Tinubu in 2027 show. Sunny. PDP task Kwara Electoral Commission on credible elections. And on business in BDC's operators delay compliance with CBN recapitalization order, Otedola raises stake in FBN Holdings by 4.63 trillion. By 4.63%. Senate right FGF meets Cardozo 30 trillion naira loan probe. And also Dangote refinery operators seek federal government intervention as marketers opt for fuel import. Okay, thank you so very much for joining newspaper review on Power 365 FM. My name is Ebida for Miracle Oluwadamila, ably representing Olamide. Please do well to join us tomorrow again for another interesting and cashy edition. Please have for yourself a wonderful and productive day ahead.
On Facebook at Power365FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insights.